But freedom of religion is only one liberty that is mentioned in the First Amendment. Let's talk about another one. Let's talk about freedom of speech. Now, a lot of countries have notions of freedom of speech. However, the United States is relatively unique, at least for the latter part of the 20th century, and the extent to which our freedom of speech actually goes. So, for example, in some countries in Europe, saying certain things about public figures or historical events, for example, if you were to write something that questioned the accuracy of the Holocaust, that actually can land people in jail. In the United States, however, things such as making false statements doesn't really have legal consequences. Now, if you, for example, were to say something about a public figure that ends up being damaging to them, either financially or their reputation, you might end up in a civil suit, but you wouldn't face legal or criminal consequences. There are, however, certain restrictions that the government can place on speech. However, they have nothing to do with content. The only restrictions that the government can put onto speech is in the form of what are called time, place, and manner restrictions. So if you want to organize a rally, for example, and you want to line people across a major highway, blocking traffic and blocking the flow of vehicles, the government can place restrictions on the ability to do so because there's an interest in making sure that traffic can continue on a highway and to ensure the safety of those involved in the actual demonstration, for example. There's also an interest in making sure that roads are free for ambulances, emergency vehicles, and things like that. So the government can place restrictions on how you express your speech. They do have to provide some sort of avenue or space in order to allow you to express yourself. So, for example, if the government doesn't want you organizing in the streets, a protest, a demonstration, the government does have a responsibility to provide a space for that. They can't simply deny you the ability to do that because they don't like what you're saying or the content of your speech. That being said, despite the fact that you can't go around saying whatever you want or doing whatever you want if it's going to cause harm to the public's safety, one of the famous examples of that was you can't yell fire in a crowded theater because of the danger it poses to the people in the theater. There are a lot of things that you can do that, despite it perhaps causing a public disturbance, has no legal consequences. So, for example, wearing a KKK mask or regalia in a public space will land you in relatively little hot water. You won't face legal repercussions. This is a man in California who wore a Ku Klux Klan hood in a supermarket, and there's absolutely nothing illegal about that. But First Amendment jurisprudence, historically, has been rather idiosyncratic. So, despite the fact that it is perfectly legal to wear KKK regalia in public, you can't do certain things while you are wearing that regalia. So, burning a cross on private property, anyway, uh, you quite simply cannot do that uh, because of the danger that you might pose to the public's safety, because of the disturbance that it might cause, and because of the historic meaning behind burning crosses. This has gone to the Supreme Court. The Ku Klux Klan did fight this battle, and the Supreme Court ruled that the state and local government can ban the burning of crosses within their jurisdictions. Some people say that this is uh, a bit contradictory in that you can wear the garments, but you can't, mm, what the Ku Klux Klan would argue, engage in some sort of civil exercise or demonstration, thus the burning of a cross, but that is how the case law has been settled. So, despite the fact that you can't burn a cross in a public space or on private property, burning the flag is perfectly legal in almost all circumstances. It is said to be protected political speech because whenever somebody is burning the flag, it is a political statement, it is a political commentary. During the 2016 election, Donald Trump, then candidate Donald Trump, did make his opinions known on this, suggesting that people could land in jail or perhaps earn themselves a revocation of their citizenship if they were to burn the flag. However, as it stands right now, burning the flag is protected speech.